y'all? Tony, Pressure Washing Depot, located here in Homosassa, Florida. Riding around me again today on some of my crazy thoughts that I have. Got onto one of the social media, I don't want to name social media sites because some people don't like I guess they don't like us talking about, like if we're on one site, talk about another site. But anyhow, I was on a social media site yesterday on one of the pages, and I'll get on there and I'll try to comment and help people out, younger guys in business. You know, we first started our business, the idea that we had of where we wanted to go with the business kind of evolved into something totally different. You know, our story, I was a pipe fitter welder and I couldn't find a job here in Homosassa, and creating a job in an area that you freshly moved to, you know, you really don't know what the community needs. So you ask a few of your neighbors and stuff, and they kind of tell you what they need. And a lot of them were like, oh, well, we need people to pull weeds and trim hedges and clean gutters and stuff like that. You know, so when I got insulted on a welding interview, you know, it's like, oh, I'm going to start my own company. And we actually did all the research, called it Odd Jobs Home Services, you know. So that's where we were doing the gutter cleaning for $50. Had nothing more than a ladder and a garbage bag, you know, and I'd pull weeds and trim hedges. And people would ask us, well, hey, do you do pressure washing? It's like, no, I don't. I don't even have a pressure washer, you know. So they would ask me, well, do you do pressure washing? No, I don't, you know. So the more people started asking about, well, I can't find anybody to clean our pool enclosure here, nobody does driveways good, blah blah blah. So I thought we were going to end up being like a handyman service, you know, because I was a pipe fitter welder. I grew up building homes with my dad. There's nothing I can't build with wood or steel, you know, or metal, should say, in general, not just steel, you know. So I thought that our company was going to evolve into odd jobs, you know, doing the stuff that other people weren't going to do. Then the more people asked, the more they were asking about like pressure washing, exterior cleaning. So the more I educated myself on exterior cleaning, the more our company started really going away from doing the odd jobs, but more into a specialized job of pressure washing, paver sealing, and not even paver sealing at this point, just pressure washing and soft washing. You know, so we had built a roadmap, but our roadmap by the demand of the customer had changed. And as a business owner, that's one of the things that, don't be afraid of shifting the company that you have now, because I mean, where you are now might not be the same company that you are 3 years from now. As we got into pressure washing and like soft washing, you know, we got to where we started really putting a focus on our Google reviews, getting them up, and word of mouth advertisements and stuff. We were putting a lot of money in other types of advertisement forms and stuff, but we were really, you know, starting to build, and we started having a lot more customers ask us, hey, do you do paver sealing? It's like, no, I have no desire to even get into paver sealing. None. I didn't want to get into it at all. I'm a paper guy, paperwork guy. I'm one day, you know, I'm a numbers. You got to give me the numbers. If the numbers make sense, we'll see what we can do. So we documented about 300 people in 1 year asking us, hey, do you do brick paver sealing? It's like, no, I don't even have the desire to get into it. I'll refer them to other people. Well, then I counted them up toward the end of the first year of us being in business. It's like, wow, there's like 300 people wants us to do paver sealing. You figure if you do one a day, that's almost a year's worth of work with the weekends and all that stuff. It's actually more than a year's worth of work, you know, and we could probably do 2 a day. So I'm like, well, shoot. So here we thought we were going to be a pressure washing company. Now we're evolving into a pressure washing, soft washing, paver sealing company, you know. And when we ended up selling our company in November this past year, 2022, you know, we had multiple crews running out doing, had pressure washing, soft washing crews, and had another paver sealing crew where we would go out and do brick paver sealing as well as the soft washing. You know, so the intent and the desire of what we started off to be was just doing the odd jobs that nobody else was doing. You know, so when you're building your business, look for opportunities, but don't limit yourself, because what you're meant to be might not be where you are right now. I have a buddy over in another section of Florida here. He's actually one of the guys that taught me how to do paver sealing, and he's still huge into paver sealing, but the demand for paver repair was there also. So instead of just saying, oh, I don't want to do anything but paver sealing, you know, he actually got more into paver repair, and he's getting more and more into paver repair. And his company now is an amazing company. He's an amazing business owner, you know, very, very like detail oriented. So in the word of mouth, once he does a job, I mean, he will go back and do the whole neighborhood. But he didn't limit himself. He started off the same way we did. He started off with pressure washing and soft washing, seen the need for paver sealing, got in there, become the absolute best that he can possibly be. And now he's like a powerhouse for paver sealing, where if somebody wants to know something about paver sealing, his name seems like it always gets mentioned. Well, now it's the same way with paver repair. Well, hey, how do you repair this type of pavers? How do you do this? How do you do that? His name always comes up. He's established himself as the expert. But the point of this is, you know, make sure you're trying to build yourself a roadmap. You know, where do you plan on taking your company 1 year from now? Where do you plan on taking it 2 or 3 years from now? What's your 5-year goal? You want to try to have a goal where, okay, I know at some point I want to dominate the world. I want to Ren and Stimpy this thing, you know, Pinky and the Brain, whatever it is. You know, I want world domination where I rule everything. Not really, but you know, it's like, you know, what is your goal? And actually set your goal and actually come up with a roadmap of how to get to that. Say, you know, if you want to dominate your area and you want to dominate where you are, write it down, because if you don't write it down, you're just dreaming. A dream is just a dream until you write it down, then it's a goal. And that's one of the things I've heard since I was real young. You know, so write yourself a roadmap, but don't set it where it's solid and you can't make changes to that roadmap. You know, it's like, don't be afraid of making changes to that roadmap, because sometimes things happen, things change, you know. So losing where I'm at, I'm going to the wrong place here. You know, so don't be afraid of making changes, and if that road kind of curves a little bit on you, just learn to adapt with that, but make sure you're writing down a roadmap. You know, so hopefully that helps you, and hopefully it gives you some thoughts there, that just because the business isn't quite going the way that you want it to be right now, maybe it's not supposed to be that way. Maybe it's going to be something totally different than you expected, but sometimes the ride is a lot more fun. People, I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and share. Leave some comments or thoughts if you can think of anything that we can help push you along with. Thanks a lot. If you need supplies, look at pressurewashingdepot.com. That's our site. Thank you.